Hello, Gear. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla Motor Company. You know those electric cars he makes, and they seem to have the same issues about it. Everyone knows, and obviously he's been announcing breakthrough products which should be in a certain amount of time on the market, but usually has delays due to technical problems. And obviously recently he had problems with some model Tesla cars with autopilot crashing, and the only state in America which is allow experimentation without any type of legislation to test these autopilot vehicles is in California. And now he wants to launch the robocab or robotaxi, whatever you want. And he seems he's got the idea of the design here in Italy, the Fiat Multiplo, which people call Italian taxi. That was from the 1990s, 2000. You would have seen major railway stations where they have taxi services. About that, he presented the concept. It's not a working thing. It's probably something made out of clay or cardboard, God knows what, or polyester. It looks like one of those exotic, sports cars, because it's got those typical, doors like the DeLorean, the doors like the Mercedes 300 SL of the 50s and stuff like that. And it's been saying about how good it is. This new product will be as a taxi, and people could rent it out to other people to use. You call it on your app on your phone, it comes to your fingerbob and it takes you where you have to go. Obviously, they didn't study the thing properly. You had more time for work, waiting for the thing to come. And the range or the battery on a single charge, it won't get that far, because a taxi, like other vehicles, delivery people, vans, a lot of drivers, they do a lot of mileage. And you can't do a lot of mileage on one single battery charge. You have to obviously charge it. And for the time being, there is a lack of public charging points for these cars to be charged. And the fact is, the insurance, most insurance on these vehicles, they're getting on electric cars in general, they're becoming really, really, really expensive now. And relying on lithium batteries for its source energy is a bit limited. It could be a solution for an urban area which has a radius, God knows how many miles. In that range, you can go around and there you are. But actually taking you, if you have to take a taxi from your home to the railway station, you live out far out, you don't live out in the city, it's a bit of a tedious adventure. Or you don't live near to an airport, you have to take this robo-taxi from your house to the airport. You may have to do main roads, motorways. And there's a lack of legislation on safety and the highway character, how the characteristics of these vehicles should be in the future. There's nothing. There's only a so-called experiment in California, and they what? Well, we'll have to begin somewhere to test it out, to see what. It's a bit like what kettle of fish you got there. Well, if it doesn't come another form of energy which could, you know, replace petrol and diesel, you know, fossil fuels. Fossil fuels is here to stay because the capacities of these batteries now are very limited and they're very unstable. They're talking about solid state batteries. They could last 20 years. That's all science fiction stuff. Probably it's an idea. They're probably experimenting. How much it will cost these batteries when they do go on public, they should say, for public use, consumer use, and it has to be all studied. You have to do it's a bit like a prototype car, from an idea to the production line. There's a lot of hard work, hours of testing, hours of designing, hours of readjusting these things. And some projects, they come out pretty good. I'm referring generally in cars, you know. And the new model or the redesign comes on the market, it's totally different. There's a lot of investment go into it. And they prefer to use the same old platform and stuff like that. Seeing technology in this area of electric vehicles is in evolution. And obviously, a lack of public infrastructure for charging points or like fueling stations. That's another story. Fueling station, electric fueling stations.